Hey guys, this is Mrs. Cummings. This is your number systems unit exam part 2. Read each question carefully. Be sure to show all work. Remember, that means if you're showing all work, anything you're putting into your calculator, you are writing down in the box underneath the question. All right, so some students were not writing all of their work that they were putting into the calculator. You have to get that because you can get partial credit. All right, so question 16. Kesia is practicing her free throws. She made 5/8 of the shots she took at basketball practice. Use long division to find the decimal equivalent of 5/8. So what Miss Severick is looking for is the actual box, and you are actually doing the long division. You do have a calculator, so you can check your answer at the end to be sure you're right, but you need to show your long division and put the answer on the line. Question number 17. A candy store sells caramel and milk chocolate by the pound. The table shows the total cost in dollars for a pound of each type of candy the store sells. So here are our candy prices. We have caramels, which are $9.28 per pound, and we have milk chocolate, which is $12.80 per pound. How much more, that's a key word you might want to underline, how much more is the cost for 1 3/4 pounds of milk chocolate than the cost of 1 3/4 pounds of caramel. So if I were you, I would kind of set this up on your paper to organize it in a way that's easy for you to read and understand. You're going to have to calculate the amount for the milk chocolate, calculate the amount for the caramel, and then the question is asking how much more is the cost for 1 3/4 pounds of milk chocolate than the cost for 1 3/4 pounds of caramel. Remember, whatever you put in your calculator, you have to write on your paper. Then don't forget to put your answer on the line. The next question says, Lonnie's goal is to run a total of 26 miles this week. The table below shows his log for the number of miles he ran on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So here's his running log. Here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And here it's listing the distance in miles that he already ran. How many miles must Lonnie run on Friday to reach his goal? So here's what he already did. You have to figure out how many more miles he must run to get to 26 miles this week. All right, again, you can use your calculator, but whatever you put in your calculator, you must write on your paper to show your work because you can get partial points. All right, moving on to question 19. The temperature of a solution in a science experiment is -6.2 degrees Celsius. Jesse wants to raise the temperature so that it is positive. Part A, give an example of a number of degrees by which Jesse could raise the temperature. Part B, write and solve an equation to represent the situation. So here you're giving an example of a number that Jesse would raise the temperature, so it's a positive. And down here, you're writing and solving an equation to represent the situation. Moving on to the back. Question number 20 says, Mr. Hoops has $600 to spend on new gear for his basketball players. All prices listed below include tax. He buys a new hoop for $215.75. He buys 4 new basketballs for $14.89 each and a big water cooler for $48.25. He plans to use the remaining money to buy new jerseys for $32.50 each. All right. What is the greatest number of jerseys that Mr. Hoops can buy with the remaining money? So this you kind of have to do 3 steps if you're thinking about it, because you will have to figure out how much money he spent for the items he already purchased. Then you're going to need to find out the total he has after he has $600. How much does he have left after he bought those things? And then you're going to figure out with his remaining money the greatest amount of jerseys he can buy for $32.50 each. So I kind of, on my paper, I kind of broke it up into 3 parts, because you are going to have to do a few different steps, and then you can write your answer below. If you get a decimal, just remember the question is asking what is the greatest number of jerseys that Mr. Hoops can buy with the remaining money. All right, and the last question has 3 parts. It says 4 submarines start at sea level. The table shows the change in position per minute relative to sea level of the 4 different submarines. So submarine A goes down, or it goes negative 4.5 meters per minute. Submarine B goes down negative 6 2/5 meters per minute. Submarine C goes down negative 7 1/2 meters per minute, and submarine D goes down negative 3 3/4 meters per minute. This first one is asking you find the average rate of change of all 4 submarines. So in order to find the average, there are 2 things that you need to do. I can't really go in depth. I think we talked about average quite a bit in class. So you have to find the average rate of change for these 4 submarines. You'll do that here and write your answer down in meters per minute. For part B, after 8 minutes, what is the position of submarine C relative to sea level? So C says it goes down negative 7.5 meters per minute. They want to know after 8 minutes what the position would be. And C says choose true or false for each statement. A, the position of submarine C changes twice as fast as submarine D. Is that true or false? And B, submarine A changes position faster than submarine B. Is that true or false? All right, so hopefully you listen carefully to that. And once you're done, make sure your name's on it and turn it into Miss Severick.